The Great Britain bids farewell to the Queen's Second Elizabeth with a majestic funeral at Westminster Abbey. Free and fair elections are held only during the Awami League's regimes, says Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in an interview with the BBC. And the Election Commission will buy 2 lakh EVM for the next national election, spending Taka 8,711 crore. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Mytv News. I'm Fawzia Roshan with you in the newsroom today. We are watching the headlines and I'm going to the details. Britain is bidding farewell to Queen Second Elizabeth with a majestic funeral steeped in tradition and a second offer reflective of the bold popularity she managed to retain over the remarkable 7-decade reign. Thousands of people have flocked to Westminster Abbey and the streets along the 40-kilometer procession route from central London to Windsor, hoping to catch a glimpse of the sovereign's flag-draped coffin as it travels by hearse to her final resting place in St. George's Chapel, within the grounds of Windsor Castle. Foreign royals and world leaders have attended the funeral ceremony and watched by hundreds of millions globally. The Queen's coffin has taken in a long walk through London and on to Windsor Castle for a final service. Ahead of the funeral, King Charles said he had been deeply touched by public support for him and his family. She will be laid to eternal rest there with her spouse, Prince Philip, at 7:30 p.m. local time. The City of London has been shrouded in security around the Queen's funeral and around 10,000 policemen are deployed. Free and fair elections are held only during the Awami League's regimes, says Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. She said this in an interview given to the BBC on Sunday local time in the UK. The Prime Minister called for verification before raising complaints about disappearances and murders. Hasina, who is now in London, said there was no democracy and democratic rights in Bangladesh after assassination of her father along with her 18 family members in 1975. Asked about the allegations of forced disappearances, Hasina said anyone can bring allegations, but it needs to be judged how far it is true. Action will be taken against those who act the BNP program because of their enthusiasm, says the General Secretary of Awami League and Minister of Road Transport and Business, Obaidul Qadir. He said there is no use of threatening the government. On the occasion of Prime Minister and Awami League President Sheikh Hasina's birthday, Obaidul Qadir said this at a meeting of leaders of Dhaka Metropolitan Awami League and affiliated organizations with the Awami League editorial board at the party's central office on Bangabandhu Avenue today. Here, Bangladesh Medical Research Council, BMRC and IDH authorities have issued a notice to the local residents to vacate some parts of the 7-story slum area of Mohakali in the capital. About 10 acres of land has been demarcated and red flags have been raised. In protest, the slum dwellers blocked the road to Amtoli in Mohakali since morning. They claim that a case related to slums is still pending in the court. They demanded that it should not be evicted before its disposal and rehabilitation. Later, at 12:30 p.m., the blockade was lifted after assurances from the administration. The Election Commission will buy 2 lakh electronic voting machines for the next election, spending Taka 8,711 crore. The Election Commission took the final decision at a meeting held at the Nirbachan Bhavan in the capital's Agargaon area on Monday. Election Commissioner Muhammad Alamgir confirmed the news. The EC has finalized a project to buy 2 lakh new EVMs costing Taka 8,711 crore, which will be used in the 12th parliamentary election. The proposal will be be sent to Planning Commission and later they will present it at the ethnic meeting for the final approval, he said. Mohammed Alamgir said voting will be possible for only 70 sets by using existing EVMs. A Dhaka court extended the bail to the expelled Jubo League leader Islam Hossain Chowdhury Shamrat in a case filed for acquiring assets illegally until October 20. The court also fixed the date of framing charges against him on the day. Today was fixed for the in-cabinet hearing in the case at the Dhaka Special Judge Court 6, Judge Al-Asad Muhammad Asifuzzaman Court. But Shamrat's lawyers filed an application seeking the deferment of the hearing and framing charges as his main lawyer is now staying abroad. The court then fixed October 20 for the independent hearing in the case. Viewers, we are taking a short break. We will soon be back with. U.S. President Joe Biden warned China not to attack Taiwan. If so, U.S. Navy will defend the territory. And Bangladesh got off to a great start by defeating Ireland in the Women's T20 World Cup qualifiers. Welcome back to MyTV News and thanks for being with us. An indefinite strike on the bus services is underway in Barguna. Barguna District Transport Management Committee is observing the strike demanding plying of buses on Dhaka-Barguna road through the Barguna-Bakirganj road. The strike began at 6 a.m. on Monday. Due to the strike, students, job holders and ordinary people are facing hardship to reach their respective destinations. Many of them are going to their destinations on foot. On the other hand, rickshaw and vehicles are CNG run auto rickshaw are charging high fare from them. Earlier, Barguna District Transport Management Committee yesterday afternoon called for an indefinite strike on bus services from Barguna to Dhaka. The decision was taken in Barguna's District Transport Management Committee meeting. Viewers, now international news. U.S. President Joe Biden has commented that if China attacks Taiwan, the U.S. Navy will defend the territory. He is making this comment in the midst of tensions between China and the United States in Taiwan. He made this comment in an interview with American-based media CBS News. The Western countries, including the United States, are being agitated over the Taiwan issue. The United States has given strong statements on this issue many times. Joe Biden stated in an interview that the U.S. does not support independence in Taiwan. In other words, the United States is committed to the One China policy. Also, Washington formally recognizes Beijing, not Taipei. Hurricane Fiona has hit the U.S. island of Puerto Rico. At least 3.3 million people on the island lost power due to this storm. Flight has been cancelled. The strong Hurricane Fiona hit the island at noon local time on Sunday. At that time, the wind speed was 85 miles per hour. Meteorologists fear floods and landslides on the island due to the hurricane. Local authorities have announced the closure of government schools and various institutes till Monday to reduce the damage. The Meteorological Department has predicted that Hurricane Fiona may hit the Dominican Republic. U.S. President Joe Biden announced emergency aid after the hurricane hit Puerto Rico. Viewers, now news on sports. Bangladesh got off to a great start by defeating Ireland in the Women's T20 World Cup qualifiers. Nigar Sultana Jyoti's team defeated Ireland by 14 runs in their first match from A group. After winning the toss and batting first in the Sheikh Zayed Stadium in Abu Dhabi, the red-green respectives scored 143 runs for 4 wickets. Bangladesh was on the right to take even, though only 28 runs came from the opening pair of Shamima Sultana and Murshida Khatun. Then captain Jyoti added 62 runs with Shamima. Shamima scored 48 runs from 40 balls and Jyoti scored 67 runs. In response, the Irish women's innings stopped at 129 runs in 19.4 overs. Salma Khatun took 3 wickets with the ball for Bangladesh, and Sanjida Akhtar and Nahida Akhtar took 2 wickets each. Viewers, about to the end and the headlines once again. The Great Britain bids farewell to the Queen's second Elizabeth with majestic funeral at Westminster Abbey. Free and fair elections are held only during the Awami League's regimes, says Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in an interview with the BBC. The Election Commission will buy 2 lakh EVM for the next national election, spending Taka 8,711 crore. US President Joe Biden warned China not to attack Taiwan. If so, US Navy will defend the territory. And Bangladesh got off to a great start by defeating Ireland in the Women's T20 World Cup qualifiers. That's all from our newsroom for now. Thanks for being with us. To join with MyTV News online, visit YouTube/MyTVBD News, and to watch all our programs, visit YouTube/MyTVBangla, Facebook/MyTVBangla. Our next bulletin will be telecast in Bangla at 7:30 p.m. Don't forget to join with us. Till then, stay connected. Allah Hafiz.